Guys, for this particular video today, we're gonna learn about triggers that are in N8N. Okay, so primarily there are five kind of triggers. Okay, which are most important. There are some other triggers we'll be learning in the course of this particular playlist. Okay, so the first trigger that we're gonna learn about is trigger, which is like triggered manually. Okay, so these are basic triggers which basically we click it and the flows get triggered. Okay, second type of triggers are those which depends on some applications. For example, if we make a Google Sheet trigger, so if any row gets updated, the one in which we see in the introductory video, right? So if any row gets updated, the flow get triggered. Okay, then another comes the schedule trigger. Okay, so basically we can schedule our flows time specific, day specific, like we want to run every day at 1 p.m. or like every 4 hour or every minute or something like that. If we want our flow to recurrently calling itself, we should use schedule trigger. Coming to the webhook, okay, again another webhook can be established for certain events, right? And then we have another N8N chatbot which with whom we can chat, and then that could also trigger. So one by one we're gonna see each and everything in our N8N dashboard, and we're gonna execute some cool interesting workflow right now. Let's jump over there. Okay, so currently I have made certain flow. Okay, let me give you just about this flow. So basically I have connected a Gemini model. Okay, Gemini model, and gave it some prompt regarding that you have to generate some inspiration quote or something, and you have to give me the output in a specific format like this. Okay, anyway, these things we will learn and everything. Okay, and then the response of this particular thing will be passed to a Python code which basically will extract all the elements, and finally we will basically append the codes that is generated from this model to a Google Sheet. Okay, let me demonstrate quickly with a manual trigger node. Okay, we'll simply connect this to our model, and we're gonna do is execute this workflow. Okay, so as you can see, this clicking thing happened, then the message from the model. Okay, that we didn't pass an input. Okay, then in the code we see this is the thing that is generated by the LLM model, and finally we have appended the entire thing in the Google Sheet, as you can see over here as well. If I refresh, okay, this is the exact thing that has been generated. So this is a small demo about a workflow. Okay, so how these triggers can be added over here. You can click on this plus sign. Okay, and here in the bottom, ideally when you have no workflow whatsoever, you can directly add some triggering workflow. But if you have already added something, it comes here, add another trigger. And these are all the triggers that I talked about in the starting, right? This is trigger manually. Okay, this is on an app event. Okay, if anything updates on a Google Sheet, if I connect this node to this thing, this will work. Okay, schedule triggering webhook and web chat. Okay, on schedule webhook, we can also trigger this via some misinform or something. Again, I didn't get into all that. Okay, and there are some other ways also via which can execute this flow, like for example triggering email and all that. We'll see in the later course of this videos and all series if these things we use or not. Okay, for now let's focus on this. So we have covered the manual trigger. Okay, let's cover the schedule trigger. Okay, let's delete this thing. Let's cover the schedule trigger, and let's have a schedule trigger for every 10 seconds. Okay, and this is, let's make this active. Okay, so after every 10 seconds this thing gets executes. Okay, if you see over here, it's running right now. Okay, running for 4-5 seconds. Okay, executed. So 2250, and then another 10 seconds. This is continuously executing itself. Okay, so this is the example of a schedule trigger. Okay, and you can see over here it's basically populating itself. Okay, coming to the next thing, let's go for the webhook part. For the webhook, if I double click this, okay, this is our production URL and something. So any post request, any get request that you made to this particular node, it will initiate a basically triggering mechanism to this. Okay, so if I connect this and copy the URL, again I have already copied it. So if I go over here, this is the call. If I call this, okay, right now it is not registered. Let me register it again. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, so entire thing is copied. Let's inactivate it and again make it active, and that's very important step. Okay, and let's call this webhook again. Send. Okay, the webhook is not registered. Wait a second. Let me just quickly remove this webhook node and add another webhook. Add another trigger, and there is a webhook call. Let me call it call me. Okay, and production email, listening for test events. Okay, so basically I didn't activated that. Okay, now if I connect this webhook to this thing, okay, it will give us a call. Okay, let me paste it out, entire thing. And now workflow started, and you can see the entire workflow get executed. Webhook is called, then it's called this, and so on and so forth. Okay, coming to the last, the chat part. So for the chat message, okay, if we double click on this is hosted, right, particular thing, and it also comes over here. If I say hi, this thing is executed, right? So if I connect the entire thing to this and again say hi, this is executing the entire thing, right? So this is how a chat also basically runs the entire thing. So this was a high level idea architecture about the entire triggers in present in N8N. After this we're gonna explore some more important topics that is part of N8N in the latest stage of this videos. So that's all for this video. Thank you guys, have a nice day, bye bye.